Today, I'm gonna have a self love talk, but just not in the way that you might think. We are getting specific on how our relationship with food and exercise reflects our relationship with ourselves. Hello everyone, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Harshita. I'm really grateful that you're here with me today. When people say, I love and accept the way I am, that's a because they are not only making zero effort to take care of themselves, but also this is a lame excuse for laziness and stagnation. Once they say that sentence, they can't be bothered to make any real changes. If you're not actively working on yourself, you are not loving yourself and you're settling. You're settling for mediocrity. You're using self-acceptance as an excuse, as a justification not to make any efforts to improve on yourself. How much do you love yourself? Ask this question to yourself. Let this video be a questionnaire to you. How much do you love yourself that you prioritize nutritious food and exercising every day? What role does food play in your life? Are you eating just because you're bored, stressed, or to navigate your emotions? What's your relationship with exercise? Do you think it's a source of stress relief or a source of stress itself? How much do you love yourself that you're willingly ready to invest in quality food and quality lifestyle? If you have a goal like you want to get stronger arms or lose weight or even gain weight, how much do you love yourself to act upon it? Not just talking the talk, but actually walking the walk. You know what I mean? Pause the video right now and answer these questions for yourself. So think about it. When you love yourself enough that you want to invest on yourself for your self-development, mentally, physically, emotionally, you begin to cultivate a strong foundation where no external circumstances can shake you. Investing in yourself is an act of self-love. It's a declaration that you're worthy. Jobs may come and go. People may enter your life and leave your life. Your finances may depend on the market's ups and downs. But the strength and clarity that you have, that you gain from your personal development, that remains with you. Nobody can take it away from you. These are deeply rooted and unshakable. You know what? I know what the truth is. The truth is no one really taught us how to love, care and respect for ourselves. All that is taught is how to care and love, respect other people. We were only taught that only caring and loving other people will make you happy. Well, that is not the standard. How we treat ourselves when everything else strips away, that reveals the truth. That's what self-love really is. How much are you willing to provide for your body reveals how much you love yourself. How you fuel your body and how well do you fuel your body tells a lot how much you value yourself. People started this new trend saying, I love the way just I am. I love my body just the way it looks. These are the people who can't do anything about it. They don't want to do anything about it. Just because they don't want to feel sad for not doing anything about it, they want to say things like, I'm just fine the way I am. Seriously? Why don't they say, I love my body so much that I love to provide the kind of nutrients that my body deserves? Why don't you say, I love myself for just pushing harder every day? I love myself for making that move, for taking that first step, for choosing to eat healthy. Why? Why don't you say that? Another thing that I'm observing these days is people started to proudly say that they're almost allergic to the healthy whole foods. Even though you're saying these things for funny, when it comes to food, it's not funny. You're making it a hardwired thought in your brain that you almost don't want to eat healthy foods, that you're not interested to eat any foods. What are you trying to say to your body? Just because you're fine today, you're taking your food habits and your health for granted. God forbid something happens. You are supposed to eat the same food that you're making fun of. No funny then. The other day, I was at my local grocery store and I saw this bag of chips that labeled extra sugar. And I was thinking, why do we hate us so much? These companies are working against us. It's like they're trying to hook us up for these unhealthy, processed, sugar-loaded snacks. That is such a marketing tactic to keep us addicted to this processed food. I can never ever imagine to give that food to my body. Like, no way. So be mindful on what you consume. Now, what is mindful consumption? I'm glad you asked. Mindful consumption is understanding your body needs, what you're eating and how much you're eating. People back in the days, they were in war zones. They need high calorie food to sustain for days. We don't have that problem. We don't have to have the same eating habits. We are not in survival mode anymore. Plan your diet and exercise based on your lifestyle. If you're sitting 8 hours a day on your desk job and sitting again to watch television for hours and hours, I don't think you need high calorie food, but you do need exercise. People back in the days, yes, they moved a lot, they walked a lot, they moved from place to place for food and safety. They used to go for hunting or war zones. They never even got a chance to sit as much as we do these days. That's why they're very strong and active. But that's not the case for us. Everything is automated and situated for us. We don't even have to move to turn on the lights. Alexa would do it for us. We are not meant to be sitting this much, while there is a great deal of research showing how much of a bad impact you will have on your health if you sit this long hours. So be mindful on your consumption. Move your body to exercise. Help and care for yourself. Okay, Harshita, I will have mindful and balanced diet and exercise. What do I ultimately get from this? What is the goal? Freedom. Not just physical freedom, but mental and emotional freedom too. Freedom from obsessing how you look in every mirror. Freedom from constantly adjusting your clothes to hide the parts of your body. Freedom from constantly standing in a certain angle in pictures to make your arms look slimmer, to hide your stomach. When you nourish your body with care and move it with love, you begin to live more authentically without any shame or constantly self-correcting. Your confidence grows not because you suddenly look like a magazine cover, but you feel strong, grounded, and aligned with yourself. You can move freely, you can be more flexible, not just in your body, but in your life. When you walk into a room, you don't have to shrink. You can take space without apology. The goal is not a number on a scale or a perfectly sculpted picture. The goal is this: to feel good in your own skin, to live fully, to show up as your truest self. That's the real reward. If you are a young adult, caring for your body now means you will have energy to do all the life's adventures. You can climb mountains, you can dive oceans, you can chase sunsets, you can take 5 flights of stairs without breaking a sweat. It's all about saying yes to the experiences without being held back by fatigue. If you're a parent, it means that you're able to run, laugh, jump, and have fun with your kids. Not just being in the sidelines, but actually being in the moment, full of life and energy. And if you're older, you already know this is not about vanity. You understand the importance of moving with just ease, right? Or just have strength to do simpler things, to be independent, like go out for a walk in a park or play with your grandkids without any strain. So no matter your age, investing in your health, your food habits, your exercising, your fitness habits is a gift, not just for your body, but for your entire life. And then there is this another popular trend: I only have one life, let me be in peace, let me eat whatever I desire, why have restrictions? This is another trend. Yes, you only have one life, and why do you hate it so much? Because you only have one life, which gives you more reason to take care of it more. Why don't you think that way? Why feed your body which hurts you in the long run? Why settle for short-term gratification at a cost of long-term well-being? It's not about restriction, it's about respect. Respect your body, your energy, your future. Don't treat it like trash. Some people have completely wrong notion. They are so disconnected how food treats them. They think that being mindful, having these mindful habits is almost like a punishment. It's almost like a challenge and a threat to their comfort zones. So they cling to these sayings like, I only have one life, let me be in peace. That is not peace, that's sad. You're just sad because you're not doing anything about it. So sad that you're justifying these habits that don't serve you. Let's be real, it's just another trick that your brain plays for you to avoid the change or the discomfort. If you're a grown-up adult and still believe that your taste buds have more power than your willpower, then I think you have to have a serious reality check. If you're constantly letting your cravings to dictate your choices, I think you're just living in autopilot. Your taste buds give you a moment, like a seconds of pleasure, that's it. But your choices, they shape your energy, mood, and confidence. No one is asking you to be perfect, But if your willpower is taking the back seat and your cravings is always steering the wheel, steering your vehicle, then it's worth asking, what are you even prioritizing? Stop letting your appetite run the show. You are the one who needs to run the show. For those who are genuinely trying to walk the walk, awesome babe, I'm really proud of you. You are just showing up and that's everything. You rock. And to those who think self-love is just sitting back and accepting everything as it is, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not self-love. That's avoidance. Real love, real self-love wants the best for you. It's not about settling. It's about showing up for yourself. Showing up even the times are harder. It's about wanting more for your life, for your health, for your future, because you know you're worth the effort. If you are using acceptance to stay stuck in the habits that are harming you, that is not peace. You are just surviving. For me, I love food. I happily eat. I explore all the food choices. I'm so aware of my food choices. I think my highest expenditure is on my groceries. I would happily pay for all the quality food that I get. And my motivation to go to the gym is life is too short to not get my dream body. I love play. I want to play. And when I go to the gym and work out, it's like a playground to me where I can jump, I lift, I flex, I get to squat, I run. When we were kids, I don't think we used to sit at home. We always loved to get out and play. That's exactly you have to implement in your adult life. You need to incorporate more play in your life. I think that going to the gym and working out is like a playground for grown-ups. We get to do all sorts of things just like how we did when we were kids. You know who the most attractive person is? The one who shows up for themselves, puts in the effort, prioritizes their health. That's real attractiveness. It's not about the looks, nah. It's about the energy, their confidence, the self-respect. When there is someone who commits to their well-being, it radiates. You can actually see it and feel it. And guess what? Research backs this up. People who exercise regularly and maintain a healthy lifestyle are perceived as the most attractive people. Not just physically, but the way they carry themselves. Because taking care of yourself is not just a physical transformation. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle. It's a powerful form of self-love. When you pour love and respect into yourself with lots of intentions and care, now you don't change your life just for yourself. Now you impact every space that you walk into. You begin to show people what self-respect looks like. You stand by example. You shine with the kind of confidence that does not need validation because you have that built within. And thank you so much for watching until the end. And until next time, keep loving yourself. Keep pouring more and more love to yourself. All right?
In the quiet of the night, I hear the whispers deep inside. Guided by a force, the divine won't be denied. I rise in the light, my frequency soars high. No longer bound to the